Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of us, we are taking a look at a beast of a knife. This is the Twosun TS 390. Now, these can be found for $89.99, and it is well worth the chunk of steel that it is. When I first saw this in the closed look, my first thought was, holy crap, the size of lanyard that you could put on this thing. But why would you? Because it is giant. All right, what are you going to get with this? You are going to get a great D2 chisel blade with a beautiful plain edge. Check this thing out. This thing is just, I mean, it's a cleaver. It's an absolute cleaver. It is huge. It is super sharp, which I'm very impressed with. Pretty thin. I mean, I really thought this was going to be a little bit thicker, but it's actually really thin. It's a very plain, simple design, which is really nice. I do like the simplicity of it. In the pocket, it's going to be completely rectangular, pardon me, as you can see, because your blade just kind of finishes that off right there. Your handle is going to be all titanium. Your pocket clip is also going to be titanium. Is it a deep carry? Not really. I mean, it's going to stick up at about, you can get a 1/4 inch out of pocket. Now, if I wear my men's jeans with the deeper pockets, this is definitely something I would be able to carry. If not, and I had my women's jeans on, it is not something that I would carry in the front pocket. It would have to be something that goes in my back pocket because of its size. Do I love it? Yes, this thing is so much fun. It is just crazy. This is a frame lock, and it is a flipper. So you do have that beautiful jimping that I always love to have on the flipper tab, which is going to make it very easy to flip that out. And listen to that sound. Just that thwack. You've got to love that. Let me just listen to that a bit. Like I said, you do have the jimping on your flipper tab. You also have the jimping on the back of the blade. Now, for me, this is perfect because that's about the length of my hand where I'm going to be able to grab it at. Now, some of you are going to be able to do more of a fine cut with this, and you're going to have the jimping further up on your blade, which is always nice. Because if you want to get in there and get a little more control of your knife, you are absolutely able to do that due to the jimping that you have up here. Size-wise, now your liners, actually it is a milled handle. It is milled scales. So that is going to make it a little bit lighter, not much. This is a heavier knife, just so you know that. Also, the smoothness, it's really nice. I understand that this one is actually running on multi-row bearings. However, I did not take it apart to verify that. In looking at it, if I can see in there, yeah, I can't tell from looking at this one. It's a little bit dark in here, but it is very smooth, and especially for its size. I mean, this thing is just a beast. Let's look at it in some specs here. Definitely this is a large knife. Absolutely a large knife. All right, if we take a look at this next to what I consider a medium-sized knife, we're going to look at the Benchmade and put it pivot to pivot. You can see here, it doesn't seem to be that much larger. If we line this up end to end, you're looking about a little over an inch and 1.25 larger. Definitely what I would consider a large knife. And to put it a little more into perspective, let's take a look at it next to our rat. And as you can see, I absolutely consider this a large knife. This one I would consider almost extra large. Now, why do I say that? I say extra large because of just the sheer volume of this thing. It's got a nice wide handle on this. So at your smallest point, you're still going to be just over an inch. At your widest point at the back on your butt, where it kind of swells out, you're going to be 1.5 inches. Your blade itself in height is about a little over 1.25 inches. I mean, this thing is just crazy big. Now, your overall blade length is going to be about 3.82 inches, I believe they say, and your cutting edge is going to be just over, I'm sorry, 4.2. 1, 2, 3, 4.8, and your cutting edge is going to be about 4.5 right there. That's phenomenal. 1, 2, 3, I'm just screwing up my numbers here. 3.5 inches, you guys, okay? So we've got 3.8 inches in your total blade length. We've got about just over 3.5 inches in your cutting edge. Your closed length, as you can see here, is going to be just a hair shy under 5 inches. This thing is big. We are talking just over 8.75 of an inch. It is a beast. It's a beast because the handle is fat. So if you have a larger knife, and I don't know if this would be a best example, not really, but you see what I mean. This knife handle is very thin. This one is much thicker. It is almost hard for me because of its weight. So I'll go backwards and say it's 6.91 ounces. So it's almost 7 ounces. You're going to be able to use this thing to chop the crap out of anything, to put it easily. And as I said, it is $89.99. So it's a great price for what you're getting. I have not had the chance to really use this thing. I've carried it around. I've been flipping it. But the only thing I've really had a chance to use it on was cardboard. And honestly, because it is so heavy, it almost kind of just sets itself through there. Slices down very nicely. It falls shut very nicely, as you can see there. It is an easy frame lock. Sometimes when the knives are bigger, it's a little harder for me to get to. This one is actually really nice. It's got a good lockup on it. I'm not worried about it moving, slipping, anything in that factor. You can see here on this side, we are looking about an inch out of hand. On this side, I have plenty of room. Now that's going to be, you know, me choking up a bit on it. If I go back some more, I can be right in the middle of it, which is not going to give me the best grip. I prefer to be a little further up. But I mean, shoot, if I had 2 more fingers, I could fit those on there too. So this has been a fun knife. It is designed by Keanu, and I do not remember his last name off the top of my head. But in some ways, it reminds me of the Quatch. I really like that Quatch. That was a really interesting knife. And this is kind of the same thing. Again, the simplicity of it is really nice. You know, the fact that the blade almost matches like the handle style, it makes it just look like one giant chunk of rectangular steel, for lack of better wording. The sound on this, absolutely insane. So darn smooth. Like I said, it just drops right shut. And a lot of that has to do with the weight of the blade. However, I feel that it is very well balanced, and I do like that. I think the handle, the way it is going to give me a little more grip if I'm going to be chopping something. Would it be a good kitchen knife? Not necessarily, because I think it is a bit, for me, it's a bit too heavy for a kitchen knife. I prefer mine to be a little bit lighter. Would I still try to use it? Yeah, why not? You know, I try to use it in the kitchen. I try to use my knives in the kitchen. I don't necessarily have any wood or anything to chop up unless I'm out hiking. And then sometimes I come across stuff that maybe I should start doing more videos of when I do that. All right, you guys, this has been a look at the Twosun TS 390. As I said, it does go for $89.99. Spectacular knife. You want to get one in hand, try it out, see what you think. I think that would be awesome. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And as always, feel free to leave me a comment down in the comments section or a question. You know I love talking to you guys. Until next time, thanks for joining me.